Welcome to a new episode of Outside the Panels with your host, Johnny the Machine Hughes.
Welcome everyone to an episode of Outside the Panels. I'm your host, Johnny the Machine Hughes, and if you've been watching the show for a while, you know that I love nothing more than a kick-ass Kickstarter. There's one thing that gets me more excited than a kick-ass Kickstarter. It's returning guests with a kick-ass Kickstarter. So, without further ado, it is the lovely, gorgeous, here's the Laurie Calcaterra. Laurie, how's it going?
I'm good. I'm great. So happy to be back on the show. This is my fourth time. Woo!
Woo! Yeah. Any more like this, you'll be getting like Super Bowl rings. You're like the Tom
I know.
of the podcast.
I need like a badge, like a says friend of show, something like that.
You know what? I'll get one. I'll get something sorted. You leave that with me. I'll get you something sorted.
All right.
How's it been? How have you been? You're looking great.
Thank you. It's just, busy over in Camp Path of the Pale Rider. Of course, we're working on issue 4. Issue 3 was a great success. We're working on a trade paperback after this one. My new colorist is working on coloring pages from issue number 1. Do you remember? Issue number 1 is our only black and white issue. And when we do the trade, everybody will be getting color pages of issue number 1. I'm so excited. They're turning out amazing. Great.
I recently had this conversation on a different Kickstarter about the virtues of black and white over color.
Yeah.
And I think it was Cicada Samurai.
Cicada Samurai?
Yeah. And the black and whites look really well for that period of time, like it's feudal Japan and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, I could see Pale Rider being like all pastel-y and sandy with like lots of flashes of red because some stuff goes down, right?
Exactly. Yeah, when we did issue 1, we just didn't have the funds, but everybody fell in love with Marco's black and white style. And I've had people flat out ask me, they're like, "Are you going to do 2, 3, and 4 in black and white?" And I was like, I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll listen. If someone, if more people ask me for black and white, we can go down that route and maybe do an exclusive print or something. But I look at Path of the Pale Rider, and when I see it in color, it just hits a lot harder to me. It seems more real. So that's why we usually produce in color. Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, I think there's virtue in either way, to be honest.
Yes.
I think colors can add vibrancy, they can add context. I think black and whites can lend well to the rawness of the environment. Yes. So you kind of you pick your poison.
Exactly.
You're at a win-win either way, right?
Right. And with Cicada, there, like you said, it's a period piece in the feudal Japan. It's almost like that inky calligraphy look to it. It just fits the story so well.
Absolutely.
Maybe if we did like a sepia or something like that, make it look like a wanted poster. That would be fun.
Oh, hey.
Don't worry, I got stuff for that.
I'd go for that.
I say that, but of course, there's stuff in this Kickstarter that looks like a wanted poster. So we'll check that. We'll check that box.
Setting me up there.
Yeah, I was like, oh
look, and here's one I made earlier.
Exactly.
So issue 3 was massively successful. You have to excuse me, my glamorous assistant is bringing me my comfy.
Thank you. Where's mine?
Time zones. Sorry.
Darn.
So number 3 went very well for you. I checked out the Kickstarter page earlier today. There is a welcome video on there, which I haven't seen yet, so we're going to watch that in a second. I've been warned I'm going to enjoy this. As of now, you are fully funded.
Yeah, right now we're sitting at 22%, which is great. We still got 12 days to go. So I'm still doing shows. I'm doing Comic-Cons. I'm going to comic book stores. I push while we're live, just because it's like it's the one time for us to really find new audience and fund our next project. So I do the work. I hustle. Yeah, I don't stop.
So to give you some context on that, what does 122% look like? That looks like $5,581 pledged against a $4,550 goal.
Yeah, our goal is not small. A lot of times you'll find Kickstarters that are like 500 or 1,000.
Yeah.
A lot of times those are the artists that are running the Kickstarter, and they're not paying themselves the page rate. Of course, I'm a writer and I have 2 artists with 2 page rates. So, I gotta pay them what they're worth, of course. Then they are Marco DeFillo and Matt Chambers are a great team, and they're both worth every penny. As you can see, they make this world come alive.
Definitely.
And all its gory glory.
Glory, glory. See,
Yeah.
that's the title in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'd be all right. That sounds like an anthology book. Glory,
Oh.
glory.
You got me thinking. We're gonna do something with that.
Yeah, that's there. I'm with you on that one. All right, so let's go and have a look at the trailer for issue 4. Let me just get it all primed up, ready to go. Good old StreamYard is spot on.
Now, to preface this, I need to explain to people, I do not only just the comic, but we write riddles and we do fan interactive short films, right? One of the short films we did, I dressed up as a reporter named Ellie Brock, and I interviewed the fans and I asked them, what do you think broke death? And then people were allowed to say whatever they wanted. And of course, hijinks ensued. At the very end of that video, Ellie, well, okay, now you can just play it.
I'm there. Right, let's go. Here we go. Here's the video trailer for issue 4. Here we go.
We really have no idea. Bye, Ellie. Hi, everyone. I'm Laurie Calcaterra. I am the writer-creator of the all-new Western Apocalypse comic book series, Path of the Pale Rider. What's this? Really? Apparently, I'm going to be joined by recently deceased news reporter Ellie Brock from WDED Channel 13. Why are we... Ellie, how are you? I'm dead. How do you think I feel? But I'm sorry. Moving on. In Path of the Pale Rider, your body can die, but your soul or your energy doesn't leave your body upon death. Your brain rots in your skull, leaving you confused, forgetful, totally violent, not yet, or detached, whatever.
Whatever.
People, animals, insects, we're all stuck here together. There is no death, only decay. Did you tell them about Big James? Yeah, I didn't get that far. Big James is a giant undead bear, people. Can I finish? I would like... he is terrifying. Leave your eye alone. So in issue 1, we follow Jude St. Clair 10 years into the apocalypse. He meets Big James. Consequences! Issue 2, Jude St. Clair goes to the town of Santa Claus looking for information, and he picks a fight and consequences. Please stop doing that. Issue 3, we jump all the way back in time to the beginning, the day that Death went missing. And consequences. Yeah. I mean, I guess you can say that. It's just that I can't really show you too much of issue number 4 without spoilers, because we're still dealing with what happened at the end of the last issue. What? You killed Jude? Ellie, I didn't say that. I can't believe you killed him off. That's your main character. This is how rumors get started. It's not... Who would do such a thing? What's wrong with you? My eye, it feels weird. Stop touching it. It's going to fall out. That would be funny. No,
no, that would be disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's gonna
Our
happen.
art team on issue number 4 is our very own Mark DeFillo on pencils and inks, and of course Matt Chambers, who joined us on colors in the last issue. Ellie, do you want to tell people who the variant artists are? Lacey Kruger and William Russell, Lauren Gibson, and me. No, you didn't make a cover. No, the last cover is a sketch cover so that people can get their own original Big James from their favorite artist. I just wanted to feel. Oh dear God! The Pale Rider is a fan interactive experience where there's a riddle on the back of every cover, and there are short films that enrich the story where you can interact with the world. You can find us just about everywhere. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, and all of our videos, our short films are on YouTube. If you want to participate in the shenanigans. I'm just gonna keep going here. New to the campaign are trucker hats. There's an updated surprise reward, and the new Funko Pop will be Callie St. Clair, which is of course Jude St. Clair's mom. Don't forget, we are building a poker deck in the stretch goals, so we're going to continue. We unlocked the King of Hearts last campaign, and I'm hoping that we could unlock like 2 or 3 cards this time. And if you're new to Path of the Pale Rider, don't worry. I always have a catch-up tier looking for the catch-up bottle, and that's where you can get caught up on everything that we've done so far. I think that's it. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for supporting Indie. And Ellie, any last words you want to say? Chicken nuggets. I quit.
Shenanigans, right?
Consequences. Yeah, I'm going to do that work all day tomorrow. You know that, right?
Oh my gosh, I find myself saying consequences a lot now too. So people are like, "So tell us, about the story," and I was like, "Oh yeah, this, that, and then there's consequences."
Tell you what, I hope. What's the pay rate for
Ellie?
TV
she's
reporter?
Expensive.
Yeah.
We got to keep her refrigerated because she's dead.
Make a bitch on that one. Well done. The thing I like about your project is just the level of intricacy that goes into it. It's not just a, hey guys, check out this really cool comic book. And by the way, it is a really cool comic book. It's all the other stuff that goes on behind that. You're kind of creating a mode, a way of doing business, and a way of transacting to get people involved. I think we were speaking last time, and we go in. You got Comic Cons and people are cosplaying as Jude and stuff like that. That'd be, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
You see people ground and you're like, what? If I obviously next con you go and you're seeing Ellie, you're taking a photograph, right?
I know. I'll be taking a picture with Ellie. Be like, yeah, check it out. That would be great.
What do you think's been the success then? Why? Obviously, the interactiveness is one aspect, and we don't see that a lot on a lot of different projects. Normally, it's like, here's the book, there's the variant, there's some stickers, there's some other stuff. Knock yourselves out. You guys take it like to the next level, and then what is it about the project itself that keeps people coming back? Because without that great foundation of the story of Jude and Big J, then people it's just smoke and mirrors, right? So
and that's the thing. You can have all the smoke and mirrors. We could do all this cool stuff, but if the story wasn't good, people wouldn't come back. The story is good. The story is real good. It's a different take on a zombie apocalypse that you haven't seen before, and it raises all these ethical questions, and we point a spotlight at humans and how they treat each other and how we react. I don't give any answers to what is right and wrong because I couldn't make it. It's like everybody's experience is different in this apocalypse, and they all are justified in their decisions. It's a rough place, but I mean, the fact that the story is different and it's entertaining. There's action. There's gore. We have some comedy built into there. Dwayne Fink is a great character. In issue number 2, you find so Jude Sinclair is like the last cowboy still looking for the answer of what broke death, right? In the apocalypse. And he's been looking for this guy named Dwayne Fink in the town of Santa Claus, which again, I think is hilarious that he's looking for Santa Claus in the apocalypse. I mean, that's a clip right there, right?
A whole sack of trouble.
Right there. So he gets to the town, loses all sorts of things on the way, makes bad decisions, has consequences, and then finds that this guy is literally the town drunk, standing on a table, spouting nonsense. And it's like, I lost all of that for this. You know what I mean? Does he know something? And of course, I'm so what do I want to say? I'm not nice to the readers at times. I leave you hanging. I know, or I kill off characters and you hate me. I mean, it's funny. You get real attached and then I kill them. Sorry. But the cool part of this is I can kill off characters and you can still see them. They still get to interact with you because they're just undead. And because it's people, animals, insects, fish, nothing dies. So some favorites from issue 1, never know, they could show up again. Just saying. So Dwayne Fink has this moment with him. He's like, they're both in jail and Jude falls asleep and wakes up and like Dwayne Fink is taking a piss in the toilet right next to Jude's head. And it's like, really?
I hope it doesn't miss.
Yeah, exactly. And Jude, just Marco DeFillo and the way he can draw emotion, because the look on Jude's face is just like instant regret.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I didn't see that, you know? He's like, oh, what did I just see? First thing in the morning. Anyway, but they have that moment. And then, of course, Jude asks Dwayne, you know something, don't you? You know how this all started. And Dwayne says, no one believes me. And then I drop everybody into a flashback.
Okay.
But the flashback, issue 3 and issue 4 are amazing because you get to see from day one what it looks like and how quickly things fall apart when they figure out it's animals, insects, pesticides don't work. We have a major food shortage. You get to see that. And I remind people, I wrote the script in 2018. Issue 3 feels a lot like 2020. Some people had some PTSD from that, where it's like sitting on the couch, watching the news, right? Being glued to the news, watching event after event unfold, having the government step in and make decisions.
Yeah.
The riots, the unrest, the protests, it's all in issue 3. And I wrote it all 2 years before we got to experience it. So it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But that leads us ultimately to our next issue, where we deal with the consequences.
Deal with chicken nuggets.
Right. The consequences of moving chicken nuggets. No, the consequences of ultimately what happens to Jude Sinclair and his family at the end of the 3rd book. It's like, and I'm making a comment about watching the apocalypse, watching things happen on the TV. You feel insulated, where it's like, this is happening somewhere else. It's not happening to me until it does. Until it does. And then you cannot escape. There is no escaping this apocalypse. It's going to be everybody everywhere, right? So that's issue 4. It's everywhere. It's everybody has to deal with this. And how does Jude Sinclair and his family deal with the trauma that happened in book 3? It is not a good day. I'm warning you guys. It is traumatic. But again, this is what sets Jude on his path, right? This is what we're here for, is to understand why he is so determined, why it doesn't matter how much he loses, that he continues on his path. And he will put his life in danger time and time again to get information to figure this out. Cool. What happened? Oh, we're going to see it.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
I suppose, And you know what? I checked out of this years ago, and I think we talked about it previously. We never find out what kicked off The Walking Dead. Yeah?
You don't. They never tell you in the story.
It goes in a coma after being shot, and then he wakes up, and the whole world changes.
And it's
You
already
never find
fallen
out,
apart.
Yeah. So at least this gives you some sense of, I suppose, this is the world that is.
Yes.
This is the world that was, and this is how we got there. And it doesn't actually detract from the actual conclusion of Jude's story, because all you're doing is filling in the gaps, getting him to where you need him to be.
Exactly. So people can see what he is when from page 1, he already had a past. He already had experience under his belt, right? So, but it's like you said, showing the world and how terrible it is, and then going back and explaining, building up Jude St. Clair, showing how the world really is the antagonist of the story, and how he gets to be the way he is. And then we pick up issue 5. We're back where we left off. We will end up with Jude St. Clair and Dwayne Fink in the prison cell, and you get to hear what Dwayne has to say. So, but in between that, we're doing a trade paperback. So,
cool. A bit for today. Talking of today, it's time for an advert for one of our other shows.
Oh yes,
because I've got a great question lined up for after that.
Okay, good.
I'm going to leave that hanging.
All right.
Taking tips from the pro.
It's kind of like how I write. Leave me hanging. There you go.
Leave me hanging. It's been off the air for a month while people get them all sorted. It is October. There is a Halloween special coming up. It is K-Pop Cosmos. Check it out.
I love that commercial.
It's been off for a month. Marky Mark and
Really?
Freya are back with K-Pop Cosmos. Hint to the wise, she'll hate me for saying this, but Freya has a deal going on where every pod she's on, her little avatar will be a Batgirl avatar. There you go. So you get to see Freya Batgirl style. Check it out.
Cool.
It's Halloween, isn't it? So, you know.
Yeah. Needs a costume.
Yeah, it's cool. Should check it out. Right. I love the advert. It just looks like Power Rangers to me, but never mind. That's a me thing. Here's my question that we've waited on for so long. One of the things I like about the idea of Pale Rider is that it is so environmental. It's not just the humans that kind of have the impact. It's animals, it's the environment. When we think about kind of where we are environmentally with what we're doing to the planet and how we're looking to resolve that and bring it back, was environmental concerns part of your thinking of the world of Jude, or is that just kind of happy coinky dink that you thought like the next logical step?
Yeah, I had to consider all aspects of breaking death, and because now this is different. This it's not, like I said, your typical zombie like viral infection. We broke death, and that's death for everything that has a heartbeat or takes a breath is broken, right? So it has huge environmental consequences, because like I mentioned with the food, like if animals are also the same, where you can kill their body but they're still animated. So again, you cannot, it's really hard to butcher a moving cow.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Or now you have contaminated water and all these fish die.
But they don't die because they come back and they're swimming in.
Right, but there's
Yeah.
that's the problem, is that they're not
Yeah.
sinking to the bottom and being eaten like they should be. They're
Mm.
still undead and they're swimming around, so they're contaminating a bunch of waterways, right?
Mhm.
They're plugging things they're not supposed to be there. So we have like fishing problems, water problems. Insects are now pesticide proof
Mm.
because you can kill them, but they're still going to keep eating the crops. So we just have a huge problem when it comes to food, and hungry people do not make good decisions. So the environment is very much a part of this. So when you start Path of the Pale Rider, things are nature is almost taking things back. Like roads are dilapidated. We haven't been fixing things for 10 years. It's very much the wild, out in the wild. There are communities of people, and you're going to see different communities if as Jude moves through the story, like we saw Santa Claus, but there's other communities and they look different. It just depends on where he goes.
A
But
bit like Logan's Run, if you remember the old
what?
movie. A bit like Logan's Run. The movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Logan, they
Things are
break out-
overrun. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
they break out the Dawn City, and then they think, "Yay, I'm on my way to Sanctuary." But everywhere along the line, it's like another enclave of people.
Yes.
We have a different set of priorities, and a
Yes.
different set of rules and regulations they've got to follow.
That's 100% it. That's 100% it. So you're going to see Jude in communities where, like Santa Claus, where it's very much a Western. They do not like undead people. You're going to find communities where it's just undead people and they don't like humans, you know, or the living. Or you're going to find communities that are open to both living and the undead. You're going to find communities that pretend like the apocalypse never happened.
Yeah.
White picket fences, right? And then you're going to see all sorts of things. So we've just barely scratched the surface of what this world looks like because of our 4 issues so far.
Okay. All right.
5, 6, 7, 8, we're very much back in the wild apocalyptic West. 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, he figures out what happened.
All right.
9, or is it 10? I think it's 10. I think at the end of 9 is something traumatic, because again, that's how I roll. And then like the very beginning of 10, you figure it out. Like you should be figuring it out at this point, right? Jude St. Clair figures it out in 9 or 10, and then deals with the knowledge of that, and then it leads into something else.
Cool.
So it's 12 issues is the first arc. There's another 12 for the second arc. And then I'm going to be writing another 12 for the third arc. And that's where it ends. So this is a monstrosity. Opus DA. Opus, you know, it's a giant. It's giant.
I like how it's all planned.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the Kickstarter page again. Love this cover.
Yeah.
That's a really kick-ass cover. I like that.
Marco's cover. And again, you're going to see a lot more zombie action in this one. We've kind of shown some things, like 1 or 2. You're going to get a whole bunch. Now, this one, I give a warning. If you haven't read issue 3, there are spoilers.
I'll just leave that there. I will scroll.
It's gonna show it. You're okay with this? All right.
I'm saying that. I'm not going any further.
Yeah, but you can go past that. But I always want people, because if you're new to Path of the Pale Rider, skip that first GIF and just keep going. I give you some more art in the recaps, but there's our little like description. And again, if you like things like Book of Eli, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, what's the Walking Dead, and Cocaine Bear. Yep.
See, you said the Book of Eli, and when you were talking about the different kind of cultures and areas that they're going to come across, I was thinking about that couple that eat the couple that are cannibals in the Book of Eli. The
cannibals, yeah.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, nah, and then that's why I went Logan's Run. So
there are cannibals in my story because there are cannibals in the real world. So yeah, it's there, but I mean, like, it's not like what drives the story is that people turn into
No,
brain-eating
I get it. It's just
zombies.
like an aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we can get. So, you pledged your $5, which I don't think is a bad amount at all. It's, I've seen some recently that were over that. I've seen some that are a little bit less, so that's about average, spot on. You get the PDF. You know how much I love a PDF on a Kickstarter. I think it's massively important, especially for international readers.
International backers. I
Yeah,
have backers in Germany and Australia and the UK. I love them.
Yeah.
And I always make sure that I have a PDF of the current issue, and I always have a catch-up tier for the PDF.
Cool.
And I have stretch goals. I have 2 stretch goals that PDF backers can also participate in.
Perfect.
So you are not left out when it comes to stretch goals.
There's your first catch up there. $15 gets you issue 1 through 4. I think that's a really good price as well. I absolutely do. I think that's brilliant. It's
it's basically like getting one free. You get the first one for free.
Yeah. I think. Then you get the only available in the States, which is totally fine. You get the Mark DeFellow cover, which we looked at earlier. A couple of other covers to look at. You get your Lacey Kruger, which she was mentioned in the video. Yeah, again, love that. That's a freaky one, Lauren Gibson's.
I knew you would like that. Well, it's meant to get a reaction. It's again, the story focuses a lot about the undead and how they want to continue just living their lives. So here we are. We have a zombie queue and a little girl who has a hot dog, but again, she can't eat the hot dog. She ain't got no jaw. And her undead dad in the background, who's wearing an apron. And I have closer up, like when you scroll down, you'll see variants, and he's wearing an apron that says, "Hi, hungry, I'm dad." So we got some like dad humor in there. And then behind them is a collector's van. So that's the van of the police force. Because again, at this point in the story, it is now illegal to be undead in a living community. They kick you out. So these guys, the collectors, will come pick you up and disappear you. They take you somewhere. So,
hey, I love that. The William Russell one. I like that. That's what we talked about beforehand.
Yep, scroll that right there.
There you go.
Remember I was like there, that wanted poster style? There you go.
Yeah, that's
gotta have some kind of Western, and of course we gotta have a Big James.
Yeah. Cool ass. Then the sketch cover, so you can do your own stuff.
Sketch cover, right?
Yeah, excellent. What impresses me is just the sheer the clever. I mentioned about the cleverness of the project to start with, which goes without saying. Although I've had to say it a couple of times now. The additional extras like this. I mean, a patch. That's really cool. That's the sort of thing that I like. I like stuff that says that I like something, but I don't want it to be massively overt. You know what I'm saying? So I so my wife buys me things like she buys me things like the Gotham Knights football team T-shirt.
Cool.
Because it says Gotham Knights. It's not necessarily, it's not necessarily Batman. Or she'll buy me, she buys me what's the thing? It's the Glory Days Bar. It's called Glory Days Bar and Grill, and it's like a couple of lyrics from the Springsteen song.
Cool. There you go.
It's about. So if you're a fan, you get it. It's about
Springsteen. See, and you have that connection.
Yeah. So stuff like that, like the patch.
Yeah. And so like this, the collector's patch, all of our collectors wear a patch, but also our undead rioters wear patches too. So it kind of is like picking a side. And that one is more reminiscent of like Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil, and maybe some other symbology that is more nefarious from the real world. It's meant to invoke fear. So in simplicity, we have a couple T-shirts. Again, the T-shirts make you pick a side. If you scroll down in the main story, you can see what they look like. Here's the art recap. So if people are interested, sit there for a minute, and then it'll do the GIF thing and scroll through some of the art from each issue, just in case you're curious what it looks like on the inside of each one. We don't have to stay, but
I was going to say,
it's there for people.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm all right. Here we go. Here's the merch.
Right. and things. I just want to point out a couple things in our add-ons.
Yeah.
One of the stretch goals that we came up with last campaign is we are sending out poker cards. We are building a full deck. We will always have the previous cards that have been unlocked in the add-ons. So like we unlocked the King of Hearts. If you missed that last time, you can go add on the King of Hearts so you're not short in your poker deck. Here's a t-shirt.
I just like that t-shirt. That's cool.
Yeah, no pulse, no rights. In other words, if you're undead, get the heck out. And dead outside, still human inside. So that's your undead sympathizer. But there's the poker cards.
Love the design on the back of the card.
Yeah.
That is cool as.
Everybody got one of those in a card protector. We're gonna do card protectors for a few rounds until we unlock more cards. And as of right now, we unlocked this card at 50 backers. We are 6 backers away from unlocking the next card when we film this. So we're currently sitting at 94 backers, and at 100 backers, I will flip this card over and we will unlock another poker card, which is great. If we get to 150, great. If we don't, we'll just do it the next campaign. It's good.
That's the monitor that they wear, isn't it?
Yes, the heart monitor.
Yeah.
We created technology to differentiate between living and undead. That's what the government would do. Is we need to we need to separate and identify, right?
And tax them differently.
Well, they just come disappear you is what they do, pretty much. It's like you can continue living here and paying your taxes as long as you have a heartbeat. But until after that, we're kicking you out.
I can imagine. I can't come in today. I'm dead.
I'm dead.
It's like, can you still use your PC? Yes. Get into work.
You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, that probably happened. People just wake up dead and probably have no idea and just get in the car and drive to work. And they're like, you don't look so good. I'm like, do I take a dead day? Like, how does this work? But like in the beginning, no one has a clue how to function, right?
Yeah.
Because they're still functioning as human beings and have memories and have, they're able to function. But then it's like the longer they're undead, they start to decay like you would. And then things go south.
Now, you mentioned before we started the pod that on the Kickstarter there's a blooper reel. Now
there is.
Now
let's watch it.
I think I'm going to go there.
No, let's watch it. You have to scroll all the way back up to the updates.
Oh, I've already done it already.
Then just so people know, all the short films are on the Kickstarter, so you can see the fan interactive short films and you can see the riddles. They're at the bottom, but they're there. This one.
Here we
go.
Here we go. Check it out. Here's the bloopers.
News reporter Ellie Brock from WED Channel 13. Are you okay? I'm okay. I don't have anything for this. No one's
just poking her with their microphone.
That's a hot mess. Someone get her out. Someone come to Ellie. Please. Uh-oh.
Oh, there goes the eye.
Oh.
Take 2.
Uh-oh.
This one's a good one.
Down here somewhere. I'll find it. I got it.
I would have kept that one in.
She had to go find her eye.
Whose idea was this? Bubbles! Back to you. Sugar. Sassafras. Country music. Peas and carrots. Caramel corn. Maple syrup. Back to you. Someone come get Ellie. Thank you.
They just drag her.
Oh, dear God.
That's it.
It is like you have so much fun pulling this together. It is brilliant. Absolutely.
I do. I think that's part of the draw of what we do is because we're having so much fun. You know what I mean? It's like we're dark, we're gory, we're scary, and then we turn around and smash watermelons for fun. It's like I let people vote on that too. So that's another stretch goal we're working up to as well. So you can tell we're having fun. It's contagious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, there we have. So, if you want to check out Pale Rider on social media, they're all over. He's all over the place. He's
Yeah.
on Facebook. He's on Insta and TikTok. He's on Twitter. And yes, I'm still calling it Twitter because I'm a little bit old school like that. What are you going to do? Ban me from the site? Really?
No.
Okay. For merch, we haven't had a chance to look at it, but there is. Tell you what, we'll do it in a sec. We'll do it right now. In fact, there is a website.
Yeah.
Is it?
The website is awesome. Because if we're ever in between campaigns, you can still pick up a copy of Path of the Pale Rider. I always keep some in stock. I might run out of the variants and not reprint them. So those are more like collectible and like exclusives, but I will always have copies of the main cover. So Marco DeFillo's A cover, I will always have in stock. And the Choose Your Own Adventure, I always have copies of that. And keychains and koozies and what else I got? Bookmarks, t-shirts. You can order all the previous t-shirts that we've run on the Kickstarter there. You can even do digital download. We do all sorts of stuff. So that's a great place to go. Like I said, if we're in between campaigns and you miss something, you can always pick it up there.
There you go. We'll have this on the screen so in 2 seconds. Sorry about the delay. There we go. Path of the Pale Rider. Check it out. Boom. That's our backdrop that we used.
Yeah.
As you can see.
I love that. Marco just did that one for this Kickstarter, and it's gorgeous.
I agree. That really rocks. I love that. You've got the link in here to your Kickstarter down the bottom.
Yep.
There you go. You've got some trailers. You've got some art from previous issues going on, and all the different links you've got going on. So there's shed loads of information on there to bring
all sorts of stuff.
To help bring you up to speed with what's going on. So just head over to pathofthepalerider.com. And of course, if you're interested in the project, check it out. Six more people to go.
6 more people. We're unlocking more. It's so cool because if you get on board right now, you're guaranteed your issue number 4 or whatever package you get. If you're getting the catch-up tier, you get all 4 in one box, which is awesome. We've unlocked one poke card. We've unlocked the indie bundle. So you actually get an additional 15 PDFs of other comics for free. And then we just unlocked the koozies at 5,500. So, and then 6 more people we unlock a poker card. So we're snowballing at this point. So it's a great time to come in because you get guaranteed stuff and you're getting stretch goals. And then as we keep going, we're going to unlock more stretch goals. After the koozies, we're doing the slice and dice, where I'm going to destroy a pumpkin on Halloween and dress up as something crazy. And you all get to name it and pick the weapon of destruction. We will probably see a return of the soup can in a sock because that was hilarious. There's all sorts of good stuff coming. So come along. You belong.
Slice and dice makes me laugh. Billy don't shave. Billy don't shave. Billy don't shave chicken legs. Slice and dice.
No, it was oh no. We mulled a watermelon. The fans named it King Joffrey Baratheon.
Okay.
Because who doesn't want to smash King Joffrey Baratheon? And not in that way. Like smash to pieces.
Well, hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm an open-minded kind of guy. I'm fine.
No, it's like F that guy.
Yeah.
Cut him up.
If you want to head over to Kickstarter, go to Kickstarter, type in Path of the Pale Rider. The previous Kickstarters will be there, as well as the current one. You just click and you pledge away. It is fantastic. Laurie, thank you so much for spending more time with me. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Give me your 30-second pitch on why people should get on board Path of the Pale Rider.
Oh, goodness. 30 seconds. All right. So, Path of the Pale Rider.
I'll give you 60 seconds. Go for it.
All right. Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse series where death has been broken. Your body can die, but your soul doesn't leave your body upon death. So people, animals, insects, fish, we're all stuck here together as we rot and lose our minds. Jude St. Clair starts 10 years into that apocalypse, and he is trying to figure out the answer to why the dead no longer die. This is a big story. It's so good. You will be back for more. I do answer the questions, so I'm not just going to tease you every single one and leave you lost in the weeds. You will find out what broke Death. But along the way, Jude experiences conspiracy theories, the fall of humanity, lots of trauma, and undead bears. So you're gonna want to see what happens next. And the further we go, the crazier it gets. And I keep telling everybody, issue number 7. Issue number 7 will rock your world. We're getting there. We're almost there. We're getting there. This is 4. We got trade paperback, and then 5, 6, 7. We're so close. We're just gonna keep going. Come along for the shenanigans as well. The watermelon and pumpkin smashing, the short films, the polls, all of that stuff, the riddles that we have built where you can interact with the world like it's real. There's so many layers to this, and it's up to you how far you want to go.
Perfect. Laurie, it's fantastic to speak to you again. I am so pleased that Pale Rider's doing so well. I'm so pleased just hang out with me. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. And thanks for having me on. I always love coming on your show. Again, I feel like we're family. Every time I have a campaign, we get to catch up and see what's going on. And you've been there since the beginning. So
always a seat open for you, Laurie. All you gotta do is
thank you.
Always. Right, there you go. Another great episode, another great Kickstarter. How can you not get involved? It is that simple. You know what to do. Kickstarter, click the links. Job's a good one. It's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't forget to check out the UCPM for the rest of your favorite shows, including, you saw the trailer for it earlier, K-Pop Cosmos. If you like your comics of a certain age, it's the Old Timers Comic Book Show for you. And if you like things Marvel, Disney Plus, and Ahsoka, don't forget to check out the No Prize Podcast. What more could you want?
Seriously.
It's like, it's all there, man. It's all there. What can I say? Laurie, one more time, thank you so much. Your work, the book is fantastic. You know what? The project works. It's fabulous. I love the interaction. I love the detail. I love the thought that goes behind it. I am absolutely in awe. I am in awe.
Thank you. We try our best to set ourselves apart and to deliver not only just a quality product, but an interaction that was entertaining on all aspects. So
you succeed in that wholeheartedly. Well done.
Yeah.
If you ever need a sarcastic English person to be in your comic, just let me know.
Thank you. I might take you up on that.
There you go. I've been joining Machine Hughes. As always, time for that time. Adios.